It takes an army of workers to pick the 17,000 tonnes of raspberries and strawberries grown at Langdon Manor Farm each year. Most of the labourers come from Bulgaria and Romania, but this season, staff have been hard to find.
Normally we have 180, and that is just about enough. This year we've been running sort of between 10 and 20% short all year.
The reasons for the labour shortage are varied. Romania's economy is improving just as the British pound is devaluing. There are also some Europeans who don't feel welcome in Britain following the Brexit vote.
This is what happens when there aren't enough workers to pick the ripe fruit. The plastic tunnels come down, the plants are cut, and the berries that should have been on our plates go to waste. Already this year alone, Alistair has thrown out 60 tonnes of raspberries simply because there wasn't anyone to harvest them.
The horticultural industry in the UK employs 90,000 people, but farmers worry after Brexit, extra immigration bureaucracy for EU nationals will make it even harder to find labourers.
Every other country in Europe is now recruiting from outside the EU. There's a lot of competition for good, highly motivated, skilled harvest workers. If you're sitting at home in Romania or Bulgaria and you can go through a complicated visa system to come to the UK or just go to Germany, guess where you'll go?
Industry lobby groups are calling for the reintroduction of visas for seasonal agricultural workers coming from outside the EU.
People ought to be able to come here and work in a fixed place for a fixed period of time. It might be 6 months or 8 months, and then return home. We had such a scheme until 2012. When the bulk of the people who were taking part in that scheme came from Romania, Romania joined the European Union, so the Home Office here cancelled that scheme.
For months, government ministers have voiced support for the visa scheme, but under pressure to reduce migration, they've yet to introduce the necessary legislation. Any new visa is likely to attract workers from countries like Moldova and Ukraine, but it's not expected to increase Britain's net migration because it wouldn't allow workers to move to the UK permanently. And now farmers say unless the government acts quickly, next year's crops will also be left to rot, an economic disaster for producers and a huge waste of food. Sarah Morice, TRT World, Faversham.